In a world of boring talk, misinformation, and mindless chatter, two superheroes emerge from the ashes. Ben, is this ashes or ashes?
Bring the action.
Happy hour with Ben and Alexander. Pull up a chair. Raise a glass. And join in the chat. It's talk radio with Jason. Oh my God, you had to say that.
I'm excited for today's show. You and I had the extreme benefit of being asked to be part of HIV Equal photo campaign. In fact, we're going to put some of the shots up. The shots are also up on the blog. So we have Jack Mackenroth, who became famous from Project Runway. This was when it was Project Runway, when it was on Bravo TV, and it was like a really fun show before it went to Lifetime, and they started crying all the time and whatnot. And he has this new photo campaign. He's going to be calling in to talk about it. Hello, caller.
Hey, it's Jack Mackenroth.
Hey, Jack Mackenroth, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Are you freezing your butt off?
I'm freezing my tits off.
Where are you?
I'm in New York City. I actually just got
lucky.
home from Cherry Vine and Pandora Box, a very cougar Christmas.
Oh,
So it was
my.
fabulous.
Rah, rah. Joan, do you know anything about cougars?
Well, no, but in my fantasy, I could be one, but I'm happily married, so there you go.
Oh, good answer. Jack, I'm so excited to have you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
we saw the shots that we just took, and they are fantastic. From
Do you love them?
Love
them.
them. I'm going to take what you did with my nose right to my doctor.
Well, actually, so Joan, I cannot take credit for that. Thomas did the handiwork on your photo.
Oh,
Not that
it's
you
so
needed much because
good.
you are
Thank you.
stunning, but and I photographed I photoshopped Alex. So which I was actually going to make your red tie into our signature pink color. But
Oh, you could have done that.
yeah, I actually still might because I think it's kind of cute. But
Yeah.
I thought I looked at your your promo stuff, and that's kind of your thing. It's the red tie.
it's
so
the
I was
brand
like, well,
tie.
maybe I won't mess with it.
But thank you so much for turning my rosacea down. Wow. So,
I mean, the thing is, like, we all, plus, I mean, you guys were at the HIV Equal photo shoot. It's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
You're right, of course.
We don't mess around. Thomas is really great at, not, taking exorbitant amount of frames. So Photoshop's important. I mean, everyone wants to look their best, and it's like, you could achieve basically the same thing with tons of lighting and tons of photos, but it's like we all like a little tweaking here and there.
Of course. But I love the whole campaign. Is just an extraordinary. Just the whole thing is fantastic, and I'm so honored to be a part of it.
Jack, can you tell
Thank you.
Can you tell it, because this is a fairly new campaign. It's spreading like wildfire. It's been written about everywhere. Can you tell our listeners what the campaign is and where people can find out more information about it?
Of course, yeah, I'd love to. So basically, the campaign is called HIV Equal. It's started by it's a nonprofit supported by World Health Clinicians, which is an HIV/AIDS, healthcare center or pharmacy based out of Connecticut and New York. I came on board as sort of, the spokesperson and co-creator with Thomas Evans, who's the photographer. And we wanted to do a campaign that would, it's an anti-stigma and an HIV testing initiative campaign. So we wanted it to be, with the blessing of Adam Buska, who started the amazing No Hate campaign, we wanted to do something kind of similar. So we weren't necessarily, we want everyone to know their HIV status, which is crucially important, especially because the treatments now are so amazing. But we didn't want to be calling people out, and the stigma is. I'm openly HIV positive, and it's not a big issue for me, but of course for a lot of people it is. So we just wanted people, like you guys, to come, get your picture taken, get tested, and then just show your support for talking about it, fighting the stigma, igniting the national conversation about HIV. Within the gay community, of course it affects everyone, but especially within the young gay community now, the statistics on transmission are just really awful, and we have the tools to do something about it, and the medications are great, and early detection is key, and all those things. So Thomas Evans, he's an amazing photographer. Gary Blick is our chief medical officer at World Health Clinicians, and we came up with it, and it's tight, it's smart, the photographs are beautiful, the messaging, our tagline is everybody has an HIV status, which we all do. We're either negative or positive, but we're all HIV equal, meaning it's just a term we had made up that it basically means don't judge someone because of their HIV status. We're so much more than that. And the cool part is, like, you guys got to choose your status word. So that's a play, like
Yes.
each of the photographs. You get to choose a word that is, illustrates that who we are as people and parts of our personality is so much more important than being judged by an HIV status. So I think your word was loud, Alex.
Yeah,
So I'm correct.
my status is loud, and my picture has jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hand. I love a jazz hand. So, and Joan, what was your word? I forget. Like evolving? What's that?
Soaring.
That up?
Her word was soaring.
Soaring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Like the mighty eagle on the Broadway wing.
Alexander made it up, but I really liked it.
Yeah. So
Jack-
we're very excited. So your listeners can go to, it's basically so easy to find. We're HIV Equal, if you spell it out, HIVEQUAL.org, HIV Equal on Facebook. And I know, Joan, we already tweeted you guys. And if anything you want to tweet us, we'll retweet. We're HIV Equal on Instagram. So, yeah, it's been great. And then anyone who wants to follow me, I'm Jack Mackenroth. I think I'm the only one.
Oh, everybody knows you, Jack.
You can, yeah.
And
so
you know
you
what-
can find me easily.
What I really love about the campaign is that it has a definite theme with the colors, but you let everybody's personality shine through. Like, Joan just looks like the glamour queen that she is. Although, Jack, who was the bigger diva on set? Was it
I was
myself
so
or
easy.
Joan?
Easily Joan.
Oh, girl. She walked in with her Louis Vuittons, and I'm like, girl, they're not going to see your feet. She's like, well, what if I walk on my hands? You never know.
Well, the thing is, I go, actually, you were both delightful, and either one of you were.
Thank you.
I'm just
divas.
teasing. She
It's
was
hard.
not a
It's
diva.
actually hard. It's more difficult to photograph women just because of the hair.
And you know what else?
it's
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just a simple fact. It's like men, for the most part, have short hair.
And they just
and
like
it's with
whatever.
the lighting scheme, because we have that pink glow in the back, and
Love
then there's
that.
a pop light, and it's very kind of it highlights around the model. So hair is tricky, and then we tried the fan with Joan, and so
Oh, when they turned the fan on, all of a sudden Joan got into Beyonce, and she's like, single it.
It was amazing. It was hilarious. But actually, I thought the final shot turned out gorgeous.
Yeah, I was
Gorgeous.
so happy.
And it
I'm
was such a fun
excited about
shoot.
my daughter coming back to do that as well. My 16-year-old is
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah,
So that'll be
and
cool
we,
to get to
you know,
that
we
age
were out
shoot.
in LA. We shot a lot of the beautiful people, and the
Thank
fabulous
you.
and the funny and the talented. But it's really, as we move, we're brand new. We're only 2 months
So great.
old.
Yeah.
So we're really gonna take this to the masses, and we want. I know we've had a little, of course, as soon as you have success, you get criticism, and we've had pushback of like,
There's
"You're
always going to
only
be
photographing
haters.
pretty-
You know what,
you're
Jack?
there's always going to be haters. You're only photographing pretty people, or you're not photographing enough people of color." I'm like, honey, all those things will get done. We
Right,
just
exactly.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's such a great campaign. And what I love is that you've taken your fame. You were on Project Runway. You were like the audience favorite, and unfortunately, you had to
Thank
leave
you.
because of complications to HIV. But you use that.
Actually, let me interrupt.
Okay.
Just because it's a myth that I
Oh.
did get sick on the show. I did get sick, and I got a MRSA infection in my nose that actually had nothing to do with HIV. It was just a total random, crappy coincidence. But
Oh,
Well, thank you
Yeah,
for
that has
dispelling
been-
that myth.
yeah, no, it's most people just assume. The interesting thing about like HIV now is, I've been positive for 24 years, believe it or not, but my immune system's perfectly intact. And that's the great thing about people getting tested, and why we want to do it is because if you catch HIV now, people live a normal lifespan. Like, I think the average lifespan for a male estimated now in the U.S. is 72 years, and they figure if you catch HIV fairly quickly and get on treatment, you can expect to live 71 years. So it's that's the kind of thing, and people are like, oh yeah, you must have had complications due to HIV, and I was like, no, I just got sick, like the rest of we all get sick. So, but anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
All
I
right.
wanted to clarify that.
So, but Jack, this is not your first experience with photos, is it?
What do you mean?
In terms of, so if you look up Jack Mackenroth and you Google images, don't do it at work.
Yeah, don't do it at work. There's a lot of pictures of my
Surprise!
butt.
Your butt has become as famous. In fact, it's launching its own photo campaign. Is that right?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I paid my way through design school as a legitimate model. I mean,
Wow.
I'm 44 now. So
You
back
forgot
in
there for a
my
minute.
20s, back in my 20s, I was skinny and model-esque, and I did all that. And then as I became bigger and more of an athletic model, I started doing a lot of fitness modeling, and so then it just sort of
Bottoms up.
morphed into my outfits kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and pretty
Then
soon
you said,
they're
"Oh,
like, why
forget
don't
it."
you just take your clothes off? I was like, okay. So, I mean, I whatever. It is what it is.
You know
and
what's
I
funny?
don't-
My clothes get smaller and smaller, but nobody's asking me to take it off. Like that's just what's happening. What's happening? In fact, they're photoshopping me, sweetie.
My bar has always been. My mom's seen all my photos. So as soon as my mom says that's not appropriate, I mean, I know, that's my
Oh, that's
my
I
bar
love
of
that.
inappropriate.
No, but I mean, you haven't
Yeah.
done anything distasteful. You've just shown your rear end more times than
Yeah,
Lindsay Lohan
exactly.
at Chateau Marmont.
Right. Hey, well, when it's still up high, it's fine. It's when it starts to be around the backs of my knees that I will quit photographing it.
But you know what? It'll bounce down and come back up again.
Well, I'll just go to Brazil and have some sort of lift.
Really? Let's talk about that.
A lot of people go to Brazil to get lifts. Their names are usually Diego, Juan, Paco. Oh,
right. No, I don't think. I think I'll just
Okay.
bow out gracefully and move to Florida and get some dogs and sit by the pool and drink mojitos or something.
Woof, woof. Jack, it has been such a pleasure talking with you, and thank you so much for letting us be a part of your campaign. Once again, give out
Oh my God,
the
so
website
excited.
address.
Yeah, it's HIVequal.org, and World Health Clinicians is worldhealthclinicians.org, and I thank you guys so much for being a part of it. You are a joy to work with, and I love that you put it on your Facebook page.
Of
and
course.
I appreciate all that.
Thank you, Jack.
So
We
happy.
had such a
Thanks,
great
Jack.
time.
All right, babes. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Keep them up.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Keep them up.
Bye-bye.
Joking.